Every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Frank Omalape. In our major story, former CBN Governor Sanusi Lamido Sanusi becomes Emir of Kano. And also in this program, police killed one person in shootout trailing APC rally barely 24 hours after the visit of President Goodluck Jonathan to Ekiti State. Suicide bomber soldier die as explosion rocks Gombe Army barracks. And outside Nigeria, Rafael Nadal defeats Novak Djokovic to win the 2014 French Open Men's Tennis Championship for the second year running. Thank you for joining us again. Here are the details of the news headlines. The Kano state government has announced the appointment of Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as the new Emir of Kano. The statement was given by Secretary to the Kano state government, Rabiu Sulaiman. The immediate past governor of the central bank, Sanusi Lamido, his uncle Sanusi Abbas, and the late Emir's son, Nasru Abdu Bayero, were the three front-runners in this race.
And as is customary, the council, the Emirate Council, not responsible of appointing the new emir, has sat down, discussed, and forwarded three names to the government to choose among those the one that will succeed His Royal Highness, the demised Emir of Kano, Alhaji Abdullahi Bayero. Out of these three names, the government chose Sanusi Lamido Sanusi as the new Emir of Kano. Thank you very much.
Muhammad Lamido Sanusi, who was a technocrat and a career diplomat. Sanusi is the grandson of the 11th Emir of Kano and Islamic scholar Muhammadu Sanusi. He was appointed governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria on June 3, 2009 and was suspended on the 20th of February 2014. He is a career banker and also serves as a respected Islamic scholar. The Global Financial Intelligence magazine, published by the Financial Times, conferred on Sanusi two awards: the Global Award for Central Bank Governor of the Year and Central Bank Governor of the Year for Africa. The Time magazine also listed Sanusi in its Times 100 list of most influential people of 2011. The emergency of Sanusi as the new Emir of Kano may not have come as a surprise to observers of events surrounding the emirate. For them, the journey to the emirate started even when Sanusi was sitting atop the Apex Bank. To Lord Jeremy takes a look at the intrigues and power play behind the emergency as Emir of Kano.
It is a mixture of politics and economic power backed by the intense power play. For the first time in the history of the Kano Emirate, non-indigenous are featured in the lobbying involved in the process of who emerges the emir. CoreTV News gathered that Sanusi was engaged in an intense battle with Sanusi Bayero, the son of late Emir Ado Bayero, who died last Friday in a bid to be named successor to the elder Bayero. APC leaders were also spotted in Kano prior to the selection of the former CBN boss. As the clock ticks for the choice of the emir, the four members of the Kingmakers Council released their nominees for the consideration of the government.
And as it is customary, the council, the Emirate Council, not responsible of appointing the new emir, has sat down, discussed, and forwarded three names to the government to choose among those the one that will succeed His Royal Highness, the demised Emir of Kano, Alhaji Abdullahi Bayero. Out of these three names, the government chose Sunusi Lamid Sunusi as the new Emir of Kano.
According to Chapter 41 of the Laws on Appointment and Deposition of Emirs, Section 3, Subsection 1, upon the death, resignation, or deposition of any Emir, the governor may, in conjunction with the council, approve as a successor of such Emir any person appointed by those entitled by tradition to appoint in accordance with such tradition, and if no appointment is made before the expiration of the period prescribed by such tradition, the governor may himself appoint such a person as he may deem fit and proper to carry out such duties incidental to the membership as may be necessary to perform. Subsection 2 also states that in the case of any dispute, the governor, after due inquiry and consultation, shall be the sole judge as to whether any appointment of any emir has been made in accordance with the tradition. Speculations have it that most of the establishment, including the emirate and elders, rooted for the late emir's son, while the state's technocrat and political class supported the new emir. This may have set a tone for the protests that followed immediately after the announcement of Sanusi as emir of Kano. The development has resulted in heavy security beef-up in Kano, which has recently found itself embroiled in insecurity with cases of bomb blast. Observers are again watching with keen interest.
The police command in Ekiti State said it has arrested 8 persons in relation with the clash that led to the death of 1 person in Ado-Ekiti. This is contained in a statement issued by its spokesman, Victor Babayemi, in Ado-Ekiti. Babayemi says that the arrested persons are helping the police in its investigation to unravel those behind the attack. The police deny claims by the All Progressives Congress that its men were responsible for the killing of the yet-to-be-identified man. It blamed the party and some 7 members of the National Assembly for the incident. The police spokesman said the attack followed an unauthorized procession in Ado-Ekiti by the state chapter of the All Progressive Congress. Babayemi alleged that it was during the procession that members of the party encountered some PDP supporters at Ijigbo roundabout, during which dangerous weapons were freely used. On the alleged use of tear gas on the state governor during the incident, the police spokesman accused the governor of ignoring security advice. A gathering of the All Progressive Congress in Ado-Ekiti was dispersed by the police. The use of tear gas and gunshot led to the death of 1 APC supporters as residents scampered for safety. Rashid was there and filed in this report.
Less than 24 hours after the PDP rally led by President Goodluck Jonathan, the All Progressive Congress rally to sweep off the feet of the PDP was disrupted by mobile police force led by Mopo Commander Gabriel Selekere. The melee witnessed by CoreTV crew started when the procession of the APC got to Ijigbo roundabout, where they were accosted by the mobile police unit with tear gassed everyone, including journalists. A following altercation ensued between the governor and the Ekiti State Commissioner of Police, Felix Nyana.
And you are attacking senators, you have killed somebody. You have killed somebody here. Who are you defending? Whose interest are you protecting? You are going to cause trouble in this country.
The All Progressive Congress chairman, Gideawe, expressed sadness.
See what has happened today. We are not going to take this. The president visited yesterday and the police are doing this to us today. And I even heard the vice president still around.
In the violence, an APC supporter was killed with shots allegedly fired by the Mopo commander, Gabriel Selekere. The whole of Ado-Ekiti is now in restive camp as all churches were hurriedly closed and people rushed back home for safety.
Command in Ekiti said it has arrested 8 persons in relation with a clash that led to the death of 1 person in Ado Ekiti. This is contained in a statement issued by its spokesman, Victor Babayemi in Ado Ekiti. Babayemi says that the arrested persons are helping the police in its investigation to unravel those behind the attack. The police deny claims by the All Progressives Congress that its men were responsible for the killing of the yet-to-be-identified man. He blamed the party and some 7 members of the National Assembly for the incident. The police spokesman said the attack followed an unauthorized procession in Ado Ekiti by the state chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Babayemi alleged that it was during the procession that members of the party encountered some PDP supporters at Ijibo roundabout, during which dangerous weapons were freely used. On the alleged use of the tear gas on the state governor during the incident, the police spokesman accused the governor of ignoring security advice. While the leadership of the All Progressive Congress in Ekiti State has called for the removal of Gabriel Selekere, the mobile police commandant that led to the team of policemen that dispersed the party's gathering, leading to the death of a party member. Rashid has details.
I am the chief security officer of this state, and you are attacking senators. You have killed somebody. You have killed somebody here. Who are you defending? Whose interest are you protecting? You are going to cause trouble in this country. Whose interest are you protecting? I cannot be beaten. You are beating up somebody here. I'm sorry about that. We were holding.
That was the situation at Ijibo roundabout in Ado Ekiti. The All Progressives Congress has alleged that the police are now the extension of the PDP, a statement dismissed by the PDP leadership.
Commandant, the person of Selekere, was leading a detachment of the Mopo. Immediately we were dispersed. The man shouted PDP.
Some members of the National Assembly say the police are acting as script.
That we are senators, we are honorable members of this great party led by our state chairman. They said to help to senators, to help to honorable members.
I wouldn't know what they mean by that. Police asking the script of PDP.
In the wake of the crisis, leadership of the All Progressives Congress went tough, while the police insist that what happened is an inter-party affair, adding that the situation is now under control.
The Commissioner of Police in Ekiti State and the Mopo Commandant, within 24 hours, the man should leave this state. Otherwise, what has started this morning in Ado Ekiti will reverberate nearly in all the 16 local governments of Ekiti State.
Normalcy have returned to the troubled area, while anti-riot police and other security agencies are patrolling the area. Meanwhile, the 8 persons arrested are still in custody and they are being interrogated.
The spate of violence that characterized political campaigns in Ekiti State is still raging with less than 2 weeks to the election. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Vice President Namadi Sambo has appealed to supporters of the People's Democratic Party in Ekiti State to work towards ensuring victory for the party in the June 21 gubernatorial election. Sambo made the appeal at a closed-door meeting with the party leaders in Ado Ekiti. The state PDP chairman, Mark Konjola Ogudikpe, briefed journalists at the end of the 3-hour meeting. Ogudikpe says Sambo also appealed to aggrieved members of the party to sheath their sword and rally support for the party to ensure victory. Vice President Sambo, who heads the national campaign team for the polls, advised party supporters against being provoked by supporters of other political parties into creating chaos in the state. You're watching CoreTV Primetime News. We'll take a short break. I'll bring you the rest of the stories after this time out. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN. Everywhere you go.
This
This one wash challenge will test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel, P&G Everyday Quality Brand.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emotan of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical. Women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
If you are just joining us, this is CoreTV Primetime News. For more information on our news and other programs, visit our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow us on Twitter at CoreTV News NG, and also on YouTube, www.youtube.com/CoreTV News. The Director of Defense Information, Chris Olukolade, has confirmed a bomb explosion at the Nigerian Army barracks in Gombe. Olukolade says that one soldier died while another was wounded by the explosion. He, however, said normal activities have resumed at the barracks where the incident occurred. A suspected female suicide bomber also died when the bomb exploded at a military quarter guard. The female bomber riding a motorcycle on approaching the quarter guard of the 301 Battalion hugged a soldier. This had led to the bomb exploding and killing both of them. The source said the explosion also injured other soldiers at the quarter guard. The president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Okewale, has condemned a two-day clampdown by the President Goodluck Jonathan administration on newspaper distribution in the country. The NBA president described it as an act strange to democracy. The clampdown, which began on Friday, entered its second day on Saturday with greater ferocity. Soldiers stormed newspaper distribution centers in the Federal Capital Territory and other parts of the country. While he says the presidency must, as a matter of urgency, assuage the fear of the people by clarifying what the military action was intended to achieve. He said the explanation given by the defense spokesman could not be understood. A media rights organization also condemned the clampdown. The group executive director, Adeto Ojo, says it was unfortunate that the President Jonathan's administration had failed to learn from history that Nigerian press could never be suppressed, even by the past repressive military regime. Lawyer and activist Festus Keyamo described the clampdown on newspapers as a show of the federal government's elsewhere. Moving away from that story, Lagos State Governor Babatunde Fashola has called for more sacrifice from residents in order to make the state more habitable. Fashola made the appeal after inspecting the third phase of Aga Palace Way. Abiola Aluwole has details in this report from our studios.
The inspection started at the ongoing dualization of Isolo Road and housing project embarked upon by the new Town Development Authority, designed to add 60 units of 1, 2 and 3 bedroom flats to the existing number of houses in Mushin local government. After inspecting the third phase of the 14 kilometers long Aga Palace Way, Governor Fashola expressed delight on the level of work so far. He called on residents to support the contractor so as to ensure an early completion of the project.
There are structures that need to give way, so they must be removed in order to expand the road. So if people take us to court, we will stop. That's the deal. And that's why I've come here, to appeal and to explain. People have to sacrifice in order to get a better life. So we need to expand the width of the road. No sooner have we finished constructing the first 3 phases, it's giving us about 4 kilometers. People have started parking on the road. They refuse to allow us to expand.
According to the contractor, the road is expected to finish by December 2014. A non-governmental organization, Waste Management Society of Nigeria, says the country generates 65 million tons of waste annually. It, however, laments that Nigeria does not have enough infrastructure to turn waste to wealth. The group added that the country must begin to realize economic gains from the massive waste it generates annually.
Waste management has gone beyond domestic level, like I told you. It's now an environmental challenge. The waste we are talking about is not the waste that you quietly sweep out of your kitchen or the one you sweep from your hotels. It's the waste that have left your hotels and gone to the public space. So it's a major challenge. It's not just something we begin to think of that it is inspection, sanitary inspection. It's beyond sanitary inspection. Because these are people who are going from home to home. We are looking at people, the ways that have left homes. What do you do? Nigerians are obeying the sanitation injunctions of government now, cleaning the environment, bringing all their waste out. The government probably takes it to somewhere and dump.
Because we have not been managing our waste well, all our water bodies are polluted. So now we are going to so-called poor water, which are not usually properly done, and then you buy it. So something is wrong, because God has created the earth, the rivers for us to go and fish. You won't get fish in the rivers in Lagos.
We'll take a short break on CoreTV Primetime News, and when we come back, we'll bring in news from the exciting world of sports. Stay with us.
This one wash challenge will test Ariel to see if it removes stains in one wash. Let the challenge begin. First, chocolate and juice. We will wash shirts with Ariel. Look, Ariel has cleaned in just one wash. So which detergent removes stains in one wash? Ariel, P&G Everyday Quality Brand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ghana. Please remain seated and ensure your seatbelts are fastened. You can now turn on your MTN mobile phone data to enjoy a browsing rate of 5 kobo per kilobyte with MTN One World. Thank you.
Absolutely. Browse like home with MTN One World. Surfing the web from any MTN operating country costs the same like home. Enjoy affordable rates when you call and send text messages. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN, everywhere you go. CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station. Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Glad
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station. Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down. Explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
I beg your pardon for that little miss up. Now to the exciting world of sports. The Spaniard Rafael Nadal coped better in hot conditions as he won 3-6, 7-5, 6-2, 6-4 in 3 hours and 31 minutes. Nadal is the first man ever to win a major title 9 times, taking his Grand Slam 2-2 to 14. The victory also means he will remain world number 1 ahead of Djokovic. It is the 3rd year in a row that Nadal has ended Djokovic's hopes of winning the 1 Grand Slam title he lacks, with his Serb in particular struggling on a stifling Parisian afternoon and ending with a double fault and match point. Nadal extended his incredible run at Roland Garros to 66 wins and just 1 defeat in the last 10 years. The Wimbledon champion and Murray sprang a surprise as he appointed French woman Amélie Mauresmo as his new coach. Murray's management team announced that Mauresmo will initially work with the Scot for his grass court campaign, which gets underway at the Queen's Club this week in the build-up to his defense of the Wimbledon crown. Murray had been searching for a coach since parting ways with Ivan Lendl in March and was linked with a host of big names, including legendary American John Senroe and leading coaches Larry Stefanski, Darren Cahill and Roger Rashid. But in the end, he has gone for former world number 1 Mauresmo, who was first voted as a shock candidate after she was watched his match against Andrei Golubev at the French Open. Murray's decision to hire a woman will be seen by some as a gamble, but Mauresmo, who won Wimbledon in 2006 before retiring in 2009, already has experience of coaching a male player after a spell with compatriot Michael Laudra in 2010. She retains close links to the sport as coach of the France Fed Up Cup, work as a member of former world number 1 Victoria Azarenka's coaching staff in 2012, and also coach Marion Bartoli when she ended her long wait to win Grand Slam at Wimbledon last year. And now FIFA is undergoing pressure over its controversial decision to award the 2022 World Cup to Qatar. One of its main sponsors, Sony, has called on the governing body to carry out an appropriate investigation into claims of wrongdoing during the bidding process. Qatar were awarded the right to stage the 2022 World Cup in December 2010. The decision has come under increasing scrutiny, with FIFA Vice President Jim Boyce saying he would support a rare vote to find a new host if corruption allegations can be proven. FIFA President Sepp Blatter called for time to investigate the issues. The former FIFA Vice President Mohammed bin Haman was alleged to pay £3 million to football officials around the world to help win support for Qatar in the run-up to the World Cup vote in December 2010. We'll take a short break. When we come back, it will be time for foreign news. Stay with us.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Glad to have you back on CoreTV Primetime News. Now outside Nigeria, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has been sworn in as president following a landslide election almost a year after he deposed Egypt's first freely elected leader. The retired field marshal took to the oath of office at the heavily guarded Constitutional Court and then left to attend a reception with foreign dignitaries. Western countries alarmed by the brutal crackdown on dissent following the overthrow of President Mohamed Morsi last year mostly sent low-level representatives. Sisi scored a lopsided victory in an election boycotted by Morsi's Muslim Brotherhood and secular dissidents also targeted by the army-installed government in the wide-ranging crackdown. Soldiers and police deployed in force in the capital in anticipation of protest by the battered Brotherhood movement and possible militant attacks. The presidency says it will later host a reception at Cairo's Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, Arab royals and African leaders in attendance. Sisi will also sign a transfer of power agreement with Adli Mansour, a Chief Justice whom Sisi had installed as interim president when he hosted Morsi on July 3. Sisi won the May 26 to 28 election with 96.9% of the vote against his only rival, leftist leader Hamdin Sabahi. And now, China's foreign minister begins a two-day visit to India for the first high-level talks between the world's two most populous nations since Prime Minister Narendra Modi took charge. Wang Yi is coming to New Delhi as a special envoy of Chinese President Xi Jinping to establish contact with the new government of India, the Indian foreign minister says. Despite his hardline nationalist reputation, Modi has been making overtures to traditional rivals China and Pakistan since Bharatiya Janata Party swept to power last month. The new Indian leader has invited Xi to visit later this year. The Chinese foreign minister is set to meet Indian government officials, including his new Indian counterpart, Sushma Swaraj, and President Pranab Mukherjee. China is India's biggest trading partner with two-way commerce totaling close to $70 billion. But India's trade deficit with China has surged to over $40 billion from just $1 billion in 2001 to 2002. Experts say Modi must bridge the deficit by seeking greater access to the Chinese market, with the two sides targeting annual bilateral trade of $100 billion by 2015. Well, and that will be all on the show on Primetime News. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank of Manape. Have a good night rest.